Actually, got to go to work today. 33 minutes. I can't believe it's just me and you. Yeah. Oh, man. Only Sunday I ever have to work. Yeah, they're having, they call it Dogwood Festival. And there's a car show that's there, and me and two other coworkers, we have to bring a bunch of our vehicles down there, kind of show them off because we're hosting the car event. So, yeah. Oh boy, not too bad. You know, hit and miss. It was pretty rough yesterday at work. A lot of co-worker betrayal going on. So, man, I got betrayed. I got hit so bad yesterday. It was terrible. Just one of my co-workers didn't want to come to work, but wanted to work the customer. It was a customer he sold a couple of years ago, but he didn't want to come into work when the customer was trying to buy a truck. So it was weird. I can't believe it's just me and you. Everybody else busy or something? Gotta keep the streak going, right? I've seen that. Yes, that's something that's good. So I will be a part of that. I'm not sure. Okay. you, the YouTube ads are the worst thing I'm seeing right now. Yeah, YouTube's gotten way worse with their ads. Almost makes me want to get the YouTube, was it Red or Plus, whatever they call it. Yeah. I don't blame her. Definitely don't blame her. I would have to work. Yep.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, not bad, chaps. Not bad. How are you two doing?
Yeah, doing good.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It is what it is. Hopefully it works out. I get a lot of customers. Hopefully.
I don't actually know what you do work-wise. I thought you were like a secret agent or something.
Car sales.
I can imagine with your OCD that's really irritating. Yeah, I had some free time, so I thought you did this on Zoom.
Oh my gosh, I'm muted. I'm so sorry. All right, thank you so much. So, hey, welcome to level 45 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gents get together and we're going to chat and chill. We are missing just Lightsy today. She is not feeling the greatest. Hey, Catrix, we are missing Gaz. He is unavailable. And we're missing Lee as it's Mamsy's birthday. And so this is fantastic. But joining us as usual, and he has a short amount of time, so we're just gonna chat with him for a few minutes. Mark, Ultimate Hater 87, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. What have you been playing this week?
So this week I've been kind of busy, but I've been playing some Warzone, of course, bit of Fortnite here and there.
Oh, okay.
Among Us, I'll sneak in, play a little bit of Among Us every now and then.
Did you do that yesterday? Did you?
Yes, that was me. Of course, I was D Trump.
It was D Trump.
So.
Yesterday's stream was the most ridiculous and amazing stream ever. One of them. What else, man? What else you been doing?
Then MLB The Show 22.
Oh, I haven't even fired that up. I haven't fired it up at all.
Oh yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it.
Excellent. Okay, and joining us for the first time, and hopefully never the last time, Jam Master James. How you doing, James? And what have you been playing?
Hey. Yeah, not too bad. I hope everyone's doing well. This week I've been playing Gears of War with you chaps as usual. Bit of Sniper Elite, getting ready for Sniper Elite 5, which I'm super excited about.
When is that coming out?
It's coming out, I want to say, beginning of June. I want to say 6th of June, but don't hold me to that. But yeah, that looks really, really good. I've also been playing a bit of the Master Chief Collection because I've done another update and added a new game mode to Firefight, which is Halo's version of Horde. And there's a few things that have come out on Games Pass. If you don't have Games Pass, get Games Pass. It's amazing. There is Life is Strange, True Colors. I tried that. Not really my cup of tea.
Okay.
But I did love the first Life is Strange, so I thought I'd give it a go. But hey, it's on Games Pass, and you know it's a AAA title, so why not?
Yeah. I want to play it so bad because I love the first one. It was so good.
Yeah, I loved the first one. Didn't really care too much for the second one with the brothers.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it before the storm, but yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. It's free on Games Pass, so why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's mainly what I've been playing. A bit of Sea of Thieves here and there. It's one of them games where it's quite fun to pick up, but you do get fed up of sailing for hours. So
I get it.
It's fun now and again.
Yesterday I fired up, and I know Mooney's been playing it. I did fire up Tunic for the very first time yesterday while Mooney was streaming, actually for a little bit before I streamed, and I was like, I love this. It gave me like OG Zelda feels, where it's just like you're placed in the area and it's all right, go figure all that crap out and take care of business. It was fantastic.
Tried it, couldn't get on with it.
You didn't like it?
No, I couldn't get on with Tunic. It's maybe back in the day, you know, I feel like them sort of games belong to that generation.
Yep.
Where if you played those sorts of games, you get that nostalgic vibe. Sometimes, even if you don't like a game, if it gives you that nostalgic feel to an older game, you still enjoy it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. No, I fully understand. It was, yeah. And so for anything else, like I got to say, if you guys got, well, let's just say 6 hours of bored, like just nothing to do, you need to watch yesterday's VOD. On from the stream yesterday. It was filled with such insane shenanigans. We played Jackbox games and it was borderline crazy, and so many funny clips. It was ridiculous. And so today is, I don't even know how long we'll actually be today. I know I can talk enough for everybody and keep her going. I was actually going to rock this by myself. I wasn't sure if Mark was hopping up today, and he does have to go to work, so we might as well jump into some topics here and kick it right now. And one of the exciting news, which I didn't even know of course, was Lucasfilm announces new Star Wars game from the Uncharted creator. I don't know if you guys played. Have you guys played any of the Uncharted games?
No.
No, you haven't. Oh my gosh, it's
exclusive, isn't it?
It is
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Uncharted 4 is brilliant. It is so much fun. So Amy Hennig, Skydance New Media, is working on a game which is described as a richly cinematic action-adventure game featuring an original story in the legendary Star Wars galaxy. And she said, I've often described how seeing Star Wars in 1977 essentially rewired my 12-year-old brain, shaping my creative life and future indelibly. Wow, I've never even heard that word indelibly before. I'm elated to be working with Lucasfilm Games again to tell interactive stories in the galaxy that I love. Mark, is this something that gets you excited? Because I know you haven't played Uncharted, but seriously, Uncharted games are legendary. I think Uncharted 4 is my oldest kid's favorite game of all time. What do you say, man?
The greatest game of all time on Uncharted 4, you said?
That's his favorite. Not the greatest, that's his favorite. You
haven't let him play Mario 64, have you? Or Zelda?
Of course, but he's of a newer generation, right? These kids...
All right, so
go ahead.
One thing I do know about the Uncharted series is that they're always top review games, or they're very consistent on that. So if they bring the same level of consistency, which I believe in this scenario they will, I don't know how you can mess up a Star Wars game. Um, I know how you can mess up the film, for sure. Um, unless Disney produces the game, then I think it's going to be a great thing.
Oh, no, here we go. All right, James, I know that Disney and you are besties, and the newest Star Wars Battlefront 2, which we will play soon, is one of your top fave games of all time as well. What are your thoughts on Uncharted team, though? Anything that you've learned of Uncharted doing Star Wars?
Okay, I'll give credit where credit's due. In the new Star Wars, quote unquote, post the Disney purchase, there have been good games. What was the Star Wars Squadrons? I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
And what's the one with what's the other new one that's come out? I've forgotten the name of it. Where you beat the second sister. What's it called?
Did it just come out?
No, it came out about a year or two ago. I've forgotten the name of it. It was like Force Unleashed.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh,
Jedi
Fallen Order, right.
And I played that, and I thought that was fantastic. But the key with those is they're great single-player experiences.
Yep.
There's no loot box, There's none of that rubbish. It's a great single-player, immersive campaign with, co-op or multiplayer as a secondary aspect is how they should be. That was always the formula back in the day, with the good Star Wars Battlefronts. And then you had things like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. We're going back to the original Xbox days.
Some Kyle Katarn action.
Fantastic. Yeah, they were absolutely fantastic. And Jedi Fallen Order, I thought was brilliant.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. So, if they bring out a game that is good, I will sing its praises. I'm not so anti-Disney, I'm blind when they do bring out good things. I like good Disney things. I like Toy Story. It's just when this is involved, and that's not just Disney, but when that's involved, it ruins games. Now, hands down.
I do want to say that it was like a week, and they got rid of the loot boxes, and they just made it up to us, James. They really, really, really did.
Did they do it out of the goodness of their hearts, or did they get sued left, right, and centre? Even governments got involved with the whole loot box debacle.
Right.
That's the only reason they saw. It's the same with Fallout 76. They had to fix it because legal things got involved. They didn't fix it because they were like,
rightfully
so. So out of principle, I won't touch them.
Okay. Well, I get it then. Out of principle, then I fully understand. I really do. But it would be awesome for us to play. Even Mark would play some Battlefront 2 again as well, because it truly is. It truly is a fun game. I'm just throwing it out there. It really is a fun game. I would like to see some cross-platform.
From EA is bulging out your pocket there, Paul.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. EA is not bulging out of my pocket. I am overall not really a big EA fan anymore. I used to be. I used to love it. That was
a lot of companies.
What's that?
EA gobbled up a lot of companies that I loved and dissolved them.
Yeah.
Westwood Studios that made Command and Conquer, Bullfrog that made the theme park series, Maxis who made The Sims. And, they gobbled them all up, shut them down, gave them to their own people, and just released crap. Now.
It kind of sucks overall. But like some of these older games, you're going to be seeing them coming back for sure. They have to. And like these old studios as well getting gobbled up. I can't even talk. And so that leads to the next topic is the rumor is Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots among Sega's super game plans. And what I was reading was they're looking to put a bunch of money into both of those games and make them relevant again, I guess. Arcade classics for Crazy Taxi. I loved it in the arcade. Mark, have you played? I didn't play Jet Set Radio, but have you played Crazy Taxi or Jet Set Radio?
He played Crazy Taxi both arcade and on the Dreamcast.
Yes, yeah.
so that was a fantastic game. I thought so. Um, if you ask a lot of people these days, what is a taxi? Probably most of them don't even know anymore. It's all Uber these days,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
was Lyft and stuff like that. So, but I'll be excited to see them bring out a Crazy Taxi just to see what it'll look like, what the gameplay style is. Are they going to keep it, give it that arcade
It
feel
has
to it,
to. They
or if
have
it's
to.
going to be like modern day driving or something like that? Like a GTA format as far as driving around and stuff like that. So,
Huh.
you know, if if you want to play Crazy Taxi, you just got to turn on GTA 5 and jump in the cab and turn on that mode, and you're a
There's a
taxi driver.
there's a cab mode in GTA 5.
I believe so.
Mhm.
There used to be like on GTA San Andreas Vice City in the original and GTA 3, you could just steal a taxi and press the little button and you're a cab driver. Just like if you were still a police car, you can run those little police missions.
Oh right,
So
yeah, I remember that.
so
Okay,
yeah, they have the same setup for taxis.
nice. Okay, James, how about you? A Crazy Taxi fan or Jet Set Radio?
I never got a chance to play them. When those consoles came out, the Dreamcast, which they
Yep.
were both on, I was about 8 or 9, and I do
Ugh,
remember one Christmas. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel old, but
that's okay. It
it
happens
was,
all the
it was
time.
Christmas, and you got your one main present, and I had a choice of a PlayStation 1 or a Dreamcast. So obviously PlayStation.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So yeah, so I never had a Dreamcast, so I never experienced those games. But of the Dreamcast, the only games I'm aware of that exist are Jet Set Radio,
Yep.
Crazy Taxi, and Shenmue, I believe.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were like the three games.
Do you
Yeah.
guys remember the Echo? Is it Echo the Dolphin games or
Echo the
anything?
Dolphin from the
Oh
Mega Drive.
gosh,
Yeah, or the Genesis, as you call it.
it's on the Nintendo expansion pack as well.
Is
That
it
stupid
really?
dolphin. Yeah,
I don't know
We
if I
can
played it.
Well, you can buy in the Xbox store the Sega, well, it'd be the Genesis collection, which has about 30 games from the Genesis. And Echo, I believe, is on that.
Okay. Okay.
So I've got that because it has all of the old, games like Fantasy Star, which I loved.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, and those games go for ridiculous amounts on eBay. Fantasy Star 4 sells for about £150, which is about 1,000 Canadian, and it is just absolutely crazy. So if Gaz was here, he'd be shaking his head, emulators. But it's a really, really good, way of playing these old games.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
It's so funny. I bought yesterday. There's a huge Xbox sale going on, and yesterday I purchased Asteroids, and it was only $5. It was down from $20 to $5, and it's. I think it has like the original mode as well, but it's also like souped up graphics and stuff. And I still love, and it's so funny. I remember in the arcade going to play Asteroids, and their start button was like this little tiny circle. It wasn't the big red circle that you press. It was just like this little tiny circle with a little button inside that you actually had to push hard on. Oh, I said hard onto to actually start the game. And oh my gosh, I could talk arcade stuff all day. It's so wonderful.
if you had in your new place, whenever you get it, if you have a proper game room, like what you've got now but bigger,
Yes.
and you have the cash, would you buy some arcade machines?
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. And Mark, you let me know when you got to go.
no, that's good.
So there's a company called Level. Is it Level Up something? They're recreating the old school arcade cabinets, and they're charging $5.99 Canadian, which is probably 200.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, They have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have the NBA
That's right.
Jam. Yeah, so it's probably just a tiny bit smaller, but it is legit. Like you're 6 feet tall with the riser. They have a riser with them. They come with the screen. They have the whole thing out. If I could find it, I'll show you. They have the NBA Jam one, which has NBA Jam, NBA Jam 2, and NBA Jam Tournament Edition. They have all three of that in one. They've got Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Shoot, what else? There's a whole crap load of them they're bringing out that you can buy. And with all honesty, if I could, I would get rid of all of this and have all the arcade cabinets, those sitting right there, because it's wonderful.
Do you remember the racing arcade games where you'd sit in the seat with the steering wheel and turn?
Yes.
They were incredible. We had a bowling alley near us.
Okay.
And sadly, it's closed now. But there was the main bowling section, and then they had a massive arcade bit that they'd never revamped. So it was from the early 90s to the late 2010s, and it was like that, and I loved it because it was like proper nostalgia. And I don't know what they did, but it was so cool just sitting in the chair, those horrible plastic chairs, and you feel like a racer. You've got the pedals, you've got the steering wheel, and you quickly run out of money for it, but you didn't matter because it was so cool.
Yeah, me and Grave were actually talking about this on Discord the other day. My favorite, I'll say not my favorite arcade game, but probably my favorite, was Tron, or the discs of Tron. And it was a full arcade cabinet, but it also had like this big encasing box that goes around you. Big surround sound system. This is early 80s. And all it was Tron and this other guy. And you were throwing discs around to try to knock the other guy off. Oh my gosh, it was such a wonderful experience. But if you guys Google Arcade 1-Up, and let me put this in the chat. I don't know if I can. Right, that's it right there. What's that, Mark? Oh, I thought Mark. I'm sorry, you were saying something.
No, I said that's cool.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So right now they've got Golden Tee Arcade, Terminator 2, which is a classic. They have.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, they have the OG Tron.
I had the port on the Mega Drive, and the music, and just the shooting all these Terminators. Do you remember like guarding the truck and trying to shoot all the Terminators to stop it from shooting John Connor's truck?
Yeah, it was incredible. So the Simpsons arcade machine is one they brought out. And so they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Street Fighter 2. So it has like Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Class of 81 machine. They have an Atari Legacy arcade machine, so Midway as well. So those ones have a bunch of games on there. But they are legit arcade cabinets with a riser. And you have to stand and play the whole thing. It's a wonderful, beautiful experience.
If you had $600 spare, which one out of those would you choose?
Out of all of the ones on here, they even have Golden Axe. Like, I haven't gone on their website because I'm just gonna get like, yeah. I would go with all honesty, I would do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Okay. I loved it. It was what is it? Oh, they even have the Star Wars one, the old school Star Wars limited edition.
The one where you're in the trench.
Hold on. No, you were in a TIE fighter, or not a TIE fighter. You were in the X-Wing fighter, old crappy graphics. Oh my god!
But you went into the Death Star trench.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the Street Fighter, but yeah, I would, with all honesty, the first one I would buy, other than the NBA Jam one, I think would be the Turtles in Time one. It's so good. All right, forget it. It's so exciting. I love it. Like I said, it's not much. It's not really expensive at all. In fact, at Costco, they had the Pac-Man one for $3.99 with the riser and stuff. They had it on sale.
How is that so cheap? I'd expect that to be at least like $1,200.
It is if you're going to buy from somebody. Mark, did you do the arcades much?
When I could, yeah. When I used to live in New York, we used to collect bottles and stuff like that, sell the bottles back, and get a little bit of money, go to the arcades. I definitely remember arcades. I used to like pinball machines too.
Oh, I love pinball. I didn't appreciate them as a kid, but now it's wonderful. Keep going. Tell me more.
So like pinball machines, they had a Terminator one, which was awesome. The Simpsons one, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Back in the day. So I also, back when I was a lot smaller in size, for sure, the little motorcycle ones that you can get on top of the motorcycle, just kind of rock back and forth. You guys ever play those?
Which one was it?
No.
It's like a motorcycle racing one where you actually sit on the motorcycle and you kind of lean side to side.
Yes.
Yeah, those were great. Or any of the shooter games.
Yep. The Aerosmith shooter game was a classic.
Revolution X.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
I loved that game.
I never played that one.
Okay. All right. There
Where you're
is.
shooting the non-soldiers and firing like silver CDs at them. I've got that. I've got that on the Mega Drive, and it is a really rare game to get a hold of.
Wow,
It is
okay.
absolutely fantastic.
Nice. Now, Mark, I need to ask, what was the arcades like in New York?
From what I remember, they're pretty big, but I mean, I was only 4 or 5 years old at that time.
Okay.
Like I remember, like the local arcades that they got now and stuff like that. They just got new modern day machines. Not too many pinball machines. They got the little basketball thing where you shoot free throws.
Yeah, everyone will have it now.
I mean, a couple racing games. It's not the same as when you were younger. It's just, I don't know. It's just, even though the games are newer and more modern, it just doesn't give you that same feeling. I don't know what it is. It's just.
I'm glad you brought that up,
same.
because I'm going to throw it out there, and since I am truly the oldest person here, it is because it's not what we remember as a true arcade. Now it's you got to buy, you get tickets, and you can trade your tickets in for plushies or toys. You've got all these different games, whereas the arcade, you walked in, it was a dark room with incredible, like 50 cabinets just playing the digital music like crazy. It was so much fun. And the way most of them were set up that I remember is you had the whole outer line, all arcade cabinets except for like 6 or 7 pinball machines on one side. And then you had back-to-back machines in the middle. And everybody was just standing around just to play arcade games. That's it. Nothing to get tickets or prizes. It was, you had the guy walking around, he had this giant pouch filled with like 8 million quarters. And you would walk up with him with your $10 bill, and he'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And he would just count out all the quarters that equal your $10, $20, whatever.
Did you ever have the Plinky Plonk machines? I can't remember the proper name of them. You'd get like bags of coins, and then you drop them in, watch them go down, and then they'd push out prizes and things.
No, we didn't have that back in the day. Not at all.
Weird Al has just released a pinball machine. I had a look at it, and it's like $3,000 though, which is out of my price range.
Of course.
But yeah, it looks so cool because it's all decorated with everything from Weird Al's career, like including a load of like UHF stuff. And it has all audio clips. If you go onto Weird Al's YouTube page, he's advertising it and playing it. I think it's his most recent thing, but yeah, they're still making them, but they're very niche now.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh, I honestly I could spend all day talking different arcade cabinets and machines. You gotta go.
Guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much,
all right.
Mark. Have an
See
amazing
y'all
day.
later.
See you, pal.
Did you ever hear the myth of the Polybius machine?
Nope. I don't even know what that is. Tell me.
It's like you get your urban tales like your Slenderman and things like that.
Yep.
There's actually an urban myth about a gaming cabinet that was installed by the CIA called the Polybius machine.
Okay.
And this machine was made to test like gamers and things, and then it disappeared. But yeah, there's so much on it, and there was a big movement to try and find out whether it was real or not. And there's some guy that's actually made a film on it. I think it was called the Polybius Heist.
Oh, I would watch
Yeah,
that.
it's really cool because it's just about this old arcade. But if you Google it, there are people who genuinely say, "Yeah, I saw this machine in America in one of the arcades. Yeah, it was a real thing."
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll even watch arcade documentaries. Now, everybody in the chat, this is going to turn into two buddies talking. I'm just going to say this is all it's going to be now is two good friends chatting because I love it. And this is going to be good. But I could honestly, like, I love the video game documentaries. Like, I've seen The King of Kongs. I don't know if you've watched that. You need to watch. Okay, put that down, James. It's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it is. It's called The King of Kongs. It's about the dude that set the world record for Donkey Kong for points or whatever. And there's a whole scandal behind it. A full scandal. It's so crazy. And like you'll get to see these guys. They're older guys, and you're like, you know what? They actually fit the typical like gaming nerd or slander back in the day towards like nerdy loser sort of style guys. And even when you listen to him talk, you're like, you're suspicious, dude. There's something weird about you. But like, it is so good. Yeah, Grim just said he cheated, and that is the whole scandal, is that he cheated. Full documentary. I love it. It's really good. There's an Xbox, not Xbox. There is a who was it? It was almost like an IGN documentary, but not. One of the girls that was like Major Nelson was on it too. Is about the original Atari game for ET. And is the myth that it was in that landfill, whatever, and they went to dig it up? And did you see that one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so good, so good. There's a few others that they're bang on really good.
A lot of them are for the old Atari systems, though, because you could basically get away with anything.
Yes.
Like, have you heard the story of Squidge?
No, tell me.
There was a game on the Atari called Squidge. And the programmer was, really bummed off by the company because he found out they were going to let him go the minute that the game was released.
Yeah.
So back in those days, it might have even been the Commodore, but you used to have to enter keys and things to move.
Yeah. Okay.
And he programmed it so that the main character wouldn't move. So the game was released in a non-playable state.
That's dirty.
And over the years, obviously, people have hacked it and, played it, and there isn't much of a game behind it. But there were loads of things like that. There was even a big scandal in the UK about a game from Hairsoft.
Okay.
So basically, this guy won a competition, and he got like a golden rabbit that was worth like £50,000. And he invested this money into a gaming company, which he called Hairsoft. And he released a game which was essentially a treasure hunt. And if you won the treasure hunt, you won this golden rabbit. But the big scandal was that the treasure hunt was unsolvable because this guy's company was tied up in the profits from that golden rabbit. So if anyone won it, his company would be gone. So he sold all of these cartridges. People realised that, hold on, no one can win this. And I think he got taken to court. He had his assets seized and company went bankrupt. But there's a lot of scandals that have, disappeared to time because anyone could release a game on these old systems because they come on like cassette tapes.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have cassette tapes, you could make a game. So you can't do that now, or not really. But no. Back in the day, I've got so many more stories. There are so many scandals out there on these old systems.
I remember for the NES, when we were younger, they had the 51-in-1, which was like some legit games and other knockoff games. And for the most part, they were good, but other times it was just they were absolutely terrible.
Did you hear about the championships, the Nintendo championships?
So yes, but we never had them here, or they either went to Toronto, one of the larger cities in Canada back in the day. Anyways, why? What's the story?
No scandal, but it's like one of the most sought-after NES cartridges of all time, the Nintendo Championship Gold cartridge.
Yes!
It's like hundreds of thousands of pounds. You know of it?
Yeah. So, that's worth tons of money right now. Mm-hmm. But, so, let me go here then. The N64 original tied up whatever that sold for like $1 million on eBay or whatever. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that was a scam, kind of like money laundering sort of thing? Because that's what people were saying.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there is a lot of money in gaming. Have you ever seen a show called Pawn Stars? PAWN. Pawn
Stars. A show. Yeah.
Someone went in with an original Mario sealed. I can't remember the name of the company. You know, the company that grades these things and puts them in protected casing with numbers. And this was a 10.
Yes.
So factory condition.
Yeah.
And they got a professional in to grade it, and he was like, this is worth about $2 million. Really? And the guy behind the counter didn't buy it because he was like, I don't know enough about, the gaming market, but it shows the value of these games.
That's wild. That guy, the head guy of Pawn Stars, Yeah, exactly. I work with a guy who's identical to him, and I will send you a picture on Facebook later. Just remind me. His name is Chris, and we make fun of it all the time. And basically, that guy on Pawn Stars, the best I could do is, and then he just does some sort of low number. It's so funny. All right, let's just move ahead, and we'll keep chatting as well. So Lego Star Wars, that just came out, and it's huge. In the first 2 weeks, it's 3.2 million copies sold already, the largest launch of any Lego Star Wars game. As well as, so they're bringing out tons of DLC, and one of the DLC packages they just dropped is the Rogue One characters. Did you like Rogue One?
Out of all of the new films, I liked Rogue One the most because it tied into A New Hope.
Yes.
I liked the way they did Grand Moff Tarkin, even though he looked a little bit weird with the seat, because the actor's been dead for 20 years.
Of course. I still really liked it, though. I really did.
And the end scene where Darth Vader's got it, it's probably my favorite out of any of the new things.
Okay. That, with all honesty, James, that is my favorite Star Wars movie. It really is. It's
the originals and the prequels.
Yeah, I love.
You've got concussion, so I'll let you off.
Well, anyways, they dropped the characters, the DLC, and I've only played a little bit of this game, so I've made the decision today is to wait for all of the DLC to drop before I actually burn through this game and do it, which is going to be a little rough. It's installed on both my Xbox Series X's, one in here, one in the living room. I'm just going to wait, because I don't want to play it and then finally the DLC drops and then I'm like, well, I just did it all. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to wait, and it's going to be very, very hard to do that. Have you gotten it yet?
I've got it as well.
Oh, you did get it?
Well, my friend's got it and we're game sharing, so anything he gets, I get.
Right.
I completed episode 1.
Okay.
I've never been a huge fan of the Lego games in general, but I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
And I wanted to complete it 100% each episode, but I found out, you need special characters that you unlock later on, and then you come back, and I just don't have the motivation to do that kind of grind.
No, so I guess that's overall what I kind of like about it. For me, one is unlockables. I am a crazy unlockable guy. If I can unlock a bunch of stuff, I want to hammer away and get it all done. It's so much fun. I love unlocking. But yeah, that is one of the common themes with every one of these Lego games, whether it's Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, is you play the board through with the main story, and then you go back into free play, and then you can have all the extra characters to do all the extra stuff. So it's almost kind of like a replayability thing, but I can understand what you're saying for that to be annoying as well. But I think with all the unlockables that go along with it, it kind of balances it out, we'll say, I guess.
I think if I was younger, it wouldn't bother me, because I used to love those sort of grinding games and the satisfaction of seeing that 100%.
Yes.
But I just don't have the motivation like I used to. It makes me feel really old. But you don't sleep.
I was up a little before. If you've
got the 8 to 9 hours that I need a night,
oh my gosh,
how much would that affect your day? What would you lose?
Oh, I would lose so much. One, I would lose the hours of Missy harassment first thing in the morning. So I would lose that. But yeah, any like setting up for streams and setting up for just the stuff that, like, because I don't rush. I just sit here. I'm in this room for let's see, if I wake up between, we'll say 2:30 a.m. and 4. That's what it usually is my wake up time. And so I'll just sit in here and do whatever. I turn on Mooney's her stream hours before she jumps on, and I send messages on the chat. Good morning, excited.
You're 5 hours behind her.
Yes, I know.
And she starts early in the morning.
She does.
So for her,
she usually, yeah, it's usually 5 a.m. my time she starts, but I've already left messages on her chat just to be number one. And I have the window sitting here on this screen here, and so I just go about do my other business. And I'll Discord. I do all my Discord stuff, and like I'm just relaxing.
You wake up during the night though. When's the last time you woke up and it was sunny outside?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that. I'm sure I have. When I was working all-nighters and I had to sleep during the day, that would be the only time. I don't remember the last time I woke up when it was sunny. My current job, I've been working super early. I've been there 17 years. I've been working super early for 16 of those years. So whether it was 6 a.m. or my own schedule of 4 a.m., which I do now, which I absolutely love. But that's it. So I used to get tons of gaming stuff into and fire up all the video games and do all that stuff. So Yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right, something Catrix is super excited about, and I'm not sure where I'm at right now with this because I haven't honestly fired up my Nintendo. And James, you don't have your Nintendo anymore, right?
Sold it.
So
Actually, I sold both of them.
so Splatoon 3 just dropped a new video. Craven, I get up well before 4 a.m., but I start work at 4 a.m., Craven. So Splatoon 3 gets a September release and has extended new footage. So they did this 3-minute video, and with all honesty, I didn't watch it. Now, my whole thing is I had tons of fun playing with Catrix. She's awesome. She's really good at it, and she's played it and dedicated her life now to Splatoon. I'm sure she's still playing Splatoon 2. So Lee decided to watch a video, and Lee couldn't be here because it's Mamsy's birthday. So he's going to spend time with Mom, all of that stuff. And so he left 4 points. Now, Catrix, if you want to beat him up on these points, you go right ahead. You have every right to do it. So one, he said it looks like more of the same, where I'd want more to mix it up for a sequel. Otherwise, it should have been some kind of DLC. Ooh. And then you say I'm on my way to X ranked? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then he said number 2, it's not an accurate representation of the game as it'll be more fast-paced and chaotic in reality, but I guess so that we can follow the action better in the trailer, but still. Third point, the points that the players managed to achieve during the match are rather mediocre, and the concept of the turf war is not emphasized enough. And number 4, I will most likely no longer have a Switch by that release date, and by the looks of it, I'm not missing much from this. And who listens to Lee? So Lee, I think, is just an absolute hater of Splatoon 3 now, and I think Lee's on the road to get an Xbox anyway, so he can join us more for our crazy shenanigans on Xbox, which I fully understand. He's always here, and we love having him in here. So, James, did you play Splatoon 1 or 2? He plays with a brush.
It's not my sort of game. I'd find it incredibly boring.
So, I didn't think it was going to be mine either. I had purchased it, and I had it for the longest time. And then Catrix, she got the game, and she's like, Paul, I got this. Let's play. And then we played it tons. We had good times, but oh my gosh, it's such a grind. Like it is legit a dedication, a life dedication to get to where you need to go for those top level players.
When the novelty wore off, though, how did you? If you didn't have people around you who loved it with that positive, vibe, how bored would you get of it?
Oh, I wouldn't play it. I honestly I had it for a while and never touched it until Catrix said let's play. And Lightsy had joined us and a few others, and it was tons of fun though. And then I found myself getting cranky, and after getting dominated and player spawn trapped and all of that stuff, like there's no matchmaking in number 2. Now this is number 2. Maybe they'll fix it for number 3. And Lightsy just said I probably wouldn't have gotten it if it wasn't being played on stream. So yeah, Lightsy bought it because Catrix and I were playing as well, and so the grind is real. It's almost like a joke though on how hard it is to get to the higher levels where you need to go. But the unlockables are already there, which is fine. I think what was it, the first 50 levels you get everything at that point, but then you get like new clothes and all that stuff, and so it was overall fantastic. But yeah, you're right. I wouldn't really play it. I wouldn't have played it if it wasn't for Catrix. But I had the game.
Well, I think that's the curse of Nintendo in general. Once the novelty of something wears off, I mean, I was eaten up in a couple of weeks by Animal Crossing. I started loving that. But the grind after a while I found that I stopped playing one day and never went back to it.
Yeah, it just seems. Yeah, I get it. There she is. There's Lightsy. She's joining in now. Yeah, as soon as you mentioned Animal Crossing, look at this. Boom. There is Lightsy. Lightsy, give us your breakdown on Animal Crossing. Not Animal Crossing, but
Not Animal Crossing, but when James said that the novelty of Nintendo games wears off, like that's so true. Like I played 2-3 weeks of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake when it came out, and then I dropped it. I
was the same with Pikachu.
Yeah, I haven't even beaten 5 gyms in that yet. same with Pokemon Arceus. Once I got the new PC, I pretty much dropped the Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Paul was
Yeah.
the same with Arceus. You played Arceus once. We're like, this is so cool. Have you been back to it since?
I've not played
There we
it
go.
since.
Exactly.
Oh, this is so sad though. Like, let's talk about that a little more then. Like, what do we do?
It's the curse of Nintendo. When I was younger and I had the Game Boy Advance, I lived on it. But along the way, and I don't think it's because we've gotten older. I think it's changed too much to be, the same sort of handheld joy, because it's all the same stuff redone and rehashed. Like I started to, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. I started going off Pokemon when they tried to reinvent the wheel with it.
Like with
they've
all
got
the
these
mega
new-
evolutions and stuff.
Yeah, the Mega Evolutions, and it had a spark, and it's like they were taking bits off of it to try and keep the sales up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's unique to just Nintendo. It's just Nintendo has such few, games that are legendary, in as opposed to Xbox and PlayStation, that they're just trying to keep it going. And because it has such a dedicated fan base, that it'll sell, but they won't have the same player count, in 6 months' time. But they'll still have got the money because the games have sold.
Of course.
I think that's what they rely on.
So it almost like our house is a multi-platform house. My streams are multi-platform as well. So I've got the PS5, I've got the Nintendo Switch, I've got a PC, all of that stuff. So it seems like you almost have to dedicate yourself to just Nintendo in order to fully appreciate Nintendo itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's
How many Switches do you have?
we have 3 in the house.
How many are not covered in dust?
Oh my gosh, none of them have been played for forever. Mine has not been played. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Isaiah has one downstairs that he just unplugged. And if you leave your Nintendo unplugged for 6 months and up, your battery's totally drained and you have to kind of jumpstart your Nintendo. And so I had to find out a way to jumpstart that Nintendo. It's a special Pokemon one, blah, blah, blah. And I finally got it to work after like 3 or 4 days. That's how long it took. And so he just doesn't play it. And so I put it downstairs in the basement, plugged it in. That has not been touched for a year, if not more. Mine in the living room has not been played in I don't know how long. And mine in here in my game room, it would be the last time I streamed a game. I don't play it. I play Xbox or PC. That's pretty much that's James's first Lightsy burp in real life, like IRL here on screen. It's crazy.
What about you, Lightsy? When's the last time you turned on your Switch? You're probably the most pro Nintendo out of all of us. Me and Paul, I feel like we're more. We could turn on like the Nintendo 64 and spend the entire day having fun on that. Whereas the Switch, you
Do you
go on
mean turn it on and leave it turned on just on the main menu, or turn it on and actually play it?
actually play it?
Back in February when Arceus came out.
February.
Wow. So have you beat Arceus yet?
No. Nope.
How come though? Let's just throw it out there. How come?
Because I got my PC and I've been playing PC games.
It's kind of what it is, though, eh? It's kind of that's, as James said, the curse of Nintendo. Like you almost have to be a dedicator of Nintendo. Like this is your dream machine. This is your main console. But there's just so...
if my graphics card worked, I'd be playing it more and streaming it more because I'd be able to. But right now with the graphics card, like that's what's keeping me from playing.
You mean your game capture card, like your Elgato or whatever it is you have?
Yeah, my AverMedia one. It doesn't work on Windows 11.
Ooh, and you have Windows 11 on your new PC.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? It's so stupid. So James, how come you sold your Nintendo though? Like, because you've bought several Switches, haven't you? But just like bought it, sold it.
Two. So I bought the first Switch for Pokemon Go. No, not Pokemon Go.
No.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And I played that, completed it, and it was the novelty of the Switch as well. You know, being able to do the thing to get the Pokemon and that.
Yes.
And that's cool. Then the novelty wore off. I completed the Pokedex and didn't use it, so I sold it. And then Animal Crossing came out, and I thought I actually really like the look of this. So I bought the Switch Lite. I didn't go for the normal one. I bought the Switch Lite, played that, and got bored of it. And then it sat there for about a month. Charged it up. Thought I'll have a look in the store. Nothing I want. Turned it off. A month or so later, I thought I'll see what's on the store, and nope, nothing I wanted. And at that point, I thought twice now I've had to charge it up and wipe the dust off just to see if there's anything I want in the store, and there wasn't, so I sold it.
Wow.
You know, and I remember the amazing days of, you know, Nintendo, like when everyone had a DS and there was Mario Kart. In university, in our massive lecture hall, there were about 5 of us that instead of studying were playing the online. We were all having a race together on Mario Kart.
Yes.
You know, things like that just seem to have, the fun element seems to have been replaced by novelty that fades very quickly.
So, yeah, exactly. And they're bringing out what is it? They're bringing out new that new Wii Sports or whatever it is. The was it Nintendo Sports or something like that? Is it already out now, or is it out this week?
Of when Nintendo made a lot of cash. The Wii was revolutionary, and that's now basically a retro system. It came out in 2005, I want to say.
Oh my!
But everyone had Wii Sports.
Yes,
Everybody.
they did. And
Because it came with it.
And that was a genius move.
Yes, yeah. And Wii Sports was actually really fun. Really
Yeah.
fun. It was great.
I loved bowling. Like, I remember packing up my Wii and taking it to my grandfather's and playing bowling with him
Sure.
up at his place.
Oh yeah, it was so good. But the new one is out either this week or last week, wasn't it? Like,
I think
because
so.
they're bringing out that new Nintendo Wii Switch Sports or whatever it is. They have a bowling and volleyball and tennis and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's out right now or it's coming out. I think it's out. And
It might have even just came out on Friday.
yeah, I just haven't even thought about getting it. But the last Mario Party was awesome with 100 characters, so we played it for a bit as a fam, and that may have been the last time I really played my Nintendo was when Mario Party came out. But yeah, all right, cool. All right, this was actually going to be my main topic, and then I was like, no, we just got one more thing to cover before the main topic was. But I want to reminisce a bit, and I'm not sure if Lightsy or James, if you guys played it. You had to have. But it is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the very first game that turned 10 this week. And 10 years ago. It is so mind-blowing. Now, confessional, and I've already confessed this before, that is the first game ever to actually make me cry. It was so funny. I'm sitting in bed. I was playing on my iPad, if you can believe that. Steph is beside me sleeping, and I'm sitting there on my iPad, and I'm watching Lee and Clem at the very end of this epic, amazing story. And back then, and I think it's still like that, it was episodic. So I played the first one. I'm like, I loved it. This is great. Had to wait months for episode 2, months for episode 3. And so the buildup was real and the excitement. And I remember, Clem, go. And I'm like, no, Lee. And I'm crying in my bed. It was so friggin' funny. But it turned 10. And it's such an amazing game. James, did you play it? And what did you think of this?
Loved it, completed it, maxed it out. It was incredible.
Now,
Absolutely.
did it hit you in the feels or anything like that?
I wouldn't say in feels, but I wasn't expecting it because Lee was the main character.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole thing was you went there because Clem wanted to find her parents, and then she sees her parents outside and they're walkers. And yeah, it was pretty sad. And I've played some of the ones since, the Michonne ones, episode 2, episode 3. I haven't done episode 4, the final one.
And it just Those other ones are really good still. Like I love all the Telltale games I've played. I think every single one of those episodic sort of games, including the Game of Thrones. I loved the Game of Thrones one. And they just brought out the first couple episodes, was it? Or just one episode or something? And I thought it was brilliant.
What's the one with the detective who turns into a wolf among us?
Wolf Among Us Part 2 is coming out. And yeah, I love the Wolf Among Us. Lightsy, what are your thoughts on the Walking Dead?
The little bit that I played for Kevin, it seemed all right. I probably would go and play it myself.
You would or wouldn't?
I would.
You need to stream that. I would like to see you stream it from PC. Do you have it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, well, I'll buy it for you then. You have to stream it. It is just legit so good.
Yeah, the controls are a little bit clunky.
Yeah.
You know, if you can see past that, then you'll really enjoy it. Because the whole thing about those Telltale games is they're more interactive movies than anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people hate that, but
Yeah.
I
I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was so brilliant. It was, the story itself was good, and the Walking Dead itself was at its main, like, it was fresh, it was new, it was hype, which was really freaking awesome.
Yes.
Oh, you've got the Napoleon arm pump. What's going on? Yes.
My adapter piece is out for delivery.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
Jam. Did you get it from Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I didn't want to pay $25.99 shipping from Best Buy.
I get it. Good old Best Buy. So yeah, the Telltale games are now making a comeback, which is good. It seems like the company's back in action. I think they're doing a Star Trek one. I think that was one that was just announced not too long ago. So I will love to play that.
I'd probably play a Star Trek one.
Yeah, I'm a big nerd anyways. I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I can enjoy both of them and exist in both worlds. It's all good. And I still haven't watched this season of Picard, but I do have all 8 episodes.
Oh my gosh,
recorded.
it's so good. So
I have
far.
all eight episodes recorded, and I can't wait to binge them. That's so
yeah,
good.
I'm enjoying Star Trek.
Is Gaz here? Gaz, if you want to come in, come on in, dude.
Have you ever seen Fanboys?
What is? Oh yeah, Fanboys is great.
Don't call Han Solo.
Yeah, and when they're by that statue, was it the James T. Kirk statue or something like that or whatever? Oh, have you seen Fanboys, Lightsy?
No.
Oh, you watch that. You and Grim got to watch that or something. It's so funny.
Oh, it's so funny. There's
Especially-
a scene where Star Wars fans accidentally wind up at a Star Trek convention, and it's so funny.
It's really good. Basically, Fanboys is Star Wars nerds trying to break into the Skywalker Ranch, isn't it? Is that what it is?
To find episode 1, because the film came out just before episode 1 released, and they're like, we need to see this film before everyone else.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to break into George Lucas's place.
It's a fun, nerdy Star Wars kind of fanboy show. It's really good, and it's got some funny tropes and meme stuff. It's just really good. I love it. All right, so Telltale Walking Dead game turns 10. That's in fact, that's where Lee first joined. This channel was at the Walking Dead when I played it, and he was the role playing as Lee Everett in the game, and here he is still 6 years later almost or whatever. He's still here. We met a bunch of people that would actually, like, someone came in as Kenny, some people came in as Clem, and they lasted a little while, which was
I remember Clementine, yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. All right, let's jump to our main topic. This is it. And so I wasn't exactly sure what we were going to talk about, but I want to read this to you guys. Sony reportedly, now this was announced last week what Xbox is doing, and of course people were all upset and angry because, it's Xbox doing this. Sony reportedly joining Xbox in creating ad program for free-to-play games. Now, let me just read this off. You may recall Business Insider reporting last week that Microsoft was creating an advertising program for free-to-play games on Xbox. Excuse me. And now the same outlet has suggested Sony is doing the same very thing similar for PlayStation as well. According to the report, Sony wants to encourage developers to keep building free-to-play games by giving them a way to monetize them. All right, let me read that again. According to the report, Sony wants to encourage developers to keep building free-to-play games by giving them a way to monetize them, with the apparent goal being to have ads appear like they're part of the game. Like digital...
I kind of lost concentration there, sorry.
No, that's all right. Like digital billboards in sports stadiums, it's mentioned that players could be rewarded for watching ads, for example. And we'll get into this because some of this stuff is funny. It's believed that Sony started working on the program around 18 months ago, but it hasn't decided if it would take a cut of the revenue, and is potentially considering charging developers and publishers for the data on consumer activity on the PlayStation. However, it is said to be strictly vetting ad tech companies to ensure it won't be any collection of personal information and PlayStation users. Now, there is tons to jump through with all of this. I'm going to come out and say for myself personally, and I'm gonna use Fortnite as the example because that seems to be the most popular free-to-play game. If I'm running around and there is an ad playing, overall, like on a billboard or in a stadium, overall, I'm totally fine with that because I have the option to watch it or not. But to encourage somebody to stand there in a battle royal game and watch a billboard, and just so you can like encourage more ad revenue and stuff, that's just insane.
Yeah.
That's insanity to me. I don't understand that. So, Lightsy, let's go to you. What are your thoughts on ads inside of the game that you're playing? Free to play, I guess, is where it's gonna
like
be.
you said, like if we have the option of being able to watch it if we want to, like that's fine. In a battle royale, I don't see how it could be plausible unless it's just like a non-video kind of ad and it's just like a billboard for like Crest toothpaste or something, and it's just kind of there in the arena.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just the first thing that came to my mind.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
But like if it's like an actual ad that like we sit there and watch for like 2 minutes and we get like 50 V-Bucks from,
No.
like I think that's just asking for people to come and shoot you as you're standing there watching the ad.
Yeah, for sure. James, what are your thoughts on there?
Well, I have to experience this with my mumsy, bless her. My mum has a tablet, and she gets a lot of these free games from the Amazon store. And she loves doing crosswords and things, bless her. She's nearly 70. She loves, doing those sorts of things. And she's got a crossword game on there that she loves. But after every crossword, they play an ad. And you can't move on to the next crossword until you finish watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Once you're finished, you have to press the little cross. But they make the little cross so tiny that unless you get it pixel perfect, you click on the ad which loads up the website. Mm-hmm. And the amount of times my mum's been like, James, I've clicked on this. How do I get back to my game? If they start incorporating that into, games where you have to click things and then you can accidentally click and load up websites, it's just going to be infuriating as it is for tablet users on the freemium games that are on there at the moment.
Yep. And
that's fine, but, say Isaac comes to you, Paul, and is like, Dad, I've clicked on this, that's soon going to get on your wick.
Yeah, for sure. Now...
it's just something that's not necessary.
So I'm not sure of the game that she's playing overall. One of the ways around that stuff is if you just turn off your Wi-Fi and data, and that way you will not get any sort of pop-up. So if it's a program you download, fire it up and then turn off Wi-Fi and data, you will not get any pop-ups to watch ads and all of that stuff. It's crazy. And my boys taught me that.
But this is my mum. She's not tech savvy.
Of course. No, I fully get it. But you're right. That's exactly what they're doing for all of that stuff. And so my thing is, let's just say it's these companies. Let's make free to play games, which is awesome. Great. I think the model's fantastic. And if people want to spend tons of money on costumes and and all that other stuff. All the power to them. We still get to play a free game. One of the things, though, for like Sony, Xbox, I'm not too sure, and Nintendo, but Sony's been in the news with the whole court system and all that stuff. Anyways, is they charge you an arm and a leg to put your game on their system. So if it's a free-to-play game, you've already spent all this money in development. Then you got to spend tons of money to put the game on the PlayStation Network. And then Sony hasn't decided if they would take a cut of the revenue for ads. Like, that's mind-blowing. If you're going to put ads inside your free-to-play game to generate extra revenue, I get it that it's on PlayStation Network, but you've already paid to be on the PlayStation Network. So do you guys think that Sony should be taking, like, is that a good thing to do, is to take cuts?
No.
No.
Sony already gets their cut when, they agree to put their game on their store, and when you buy the game, they get their cut there. So if the developer of the game themselves is choosing to put ads in their game, it shouldn't matter what platform they're on. That platform shouldn't be taking the revenue.
James?
Yeah, I think Sony are forgetting their roots, and they're being consumed by greed. I mean, let's not forget, the PlayStation started because Nintendo's greed nearly made the company bankrupt.
Right.
It's only because, for those who don't know, it's only because of Nintendo that we have the PlayStation. Sony developed a disk system for the next console for Nintendo, which I believe turned into the 64. And at the end, after they developed this disk system, Nintendo were like, sorry, we don't want you anymore. So Sony were like, okay, we already have all this stuff. Let's just release a disk system ourselves then. Hence the PlayStation 1. And I remember the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, being, there for the gamers, and now they've gotten to kind of that corporate level where it feels like they're after the greed. They just want the moolah.
Right.
They've kind of forgotten the roots. And people moved to Sony because it was easy to program games for the systems.
Yes.
Sony were for the developers, If they saw a developer like Rockstar that were like, wow, this is, we want you, come to us. Now it's, you want to be on our system? You better,
Yeah.
It's switched. Their role
right.
has switched from being the company that everyone wants to program for to being the company that's like, you want to program us? You got to give us them. And this is where, Xbox have come into their own. You know, that's why everyone's moving to Xbox, because it's easy to program for. They're trying to get things on Games Pass, and Sony's, I think they've realised that Games Pass is such a huge cash cow for Microsoft. That's why they've brought their inferior, weird thing that they're doing in.
Where's Gaz at? Where's Gaz?
Because they can't get away from the, we need more. Whereas Microsoft and Xbox are like Sony used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's greed again.
All of that negativity towards Sony is all because of that lawsuit. And we've talked about it several times, where all these secret documents had to be exposed. And we even talked about this last year, was an indie dev took to Twitter and I think he did like 25 posts. And he's like, here is my situation working with Sony. And then...
Oh, yeah, we covered that last year sometime.
Right, yeah. And so everything he said, this is what I got to do, this is what we got to pay. And he said it's an absolute nightmare for an indie dev to develop and put their game on PlayStation Network. And then...
It never used to be like that.
And then like 8 to 10 other developers, indie devs, joined in. Sorry, you're going through this, man. We had to deal with this last year. Oh, sorry, you're going through this. We're going through this right now. And it's mind-blowing because Sony, because of Xbox's, who was the last head guy for CEO or whatever, for the Xbox One era at the beginning?
I know who you mean.
Yeah,
when he got booed out, because was he the one that was booed out with the whole Xbox One must be always online?
Online, yeah.
More second-hand games.
Yeah, he was dumb. He was just plain and simple. He was stupid. He had no clue what he was doing. And he's the reason the Xbox One overall failed, I guess, but only in comparison to PlayStation 4. That's it.
Because the Xbox 360 dominated.
Yes, they did. It was incredible.
And then they fell behind because of the... And then they learned from that and released the Series S and X. And I don't know sales stats. I'm sure the PlayStation 5 is still more popular, mainly because of Japan.
Yes.
You know, if you take Japan out of the mix, and even Nintendo, I think, you know, would be well behind. You take Japan out of the mix and see what the figures are like.
I don't know. I know Xbox has a hard time getting into Japan, and they're definitely trying to get some JRPGs because that's the big cash cow, and they're trying. Like Microsoft is now working with Kojima on getting a specific game just for the Xbox, so that's pretty cool. Also, I gave a little shout out to Simple Man Gaming 96. He is whipping out some amazing questions and statements and all that stuff. So everybody in the chat, feel free to reply to Simple Man Gaming and stuff. I know during the podcast overall we don't interact with the chat, but only in chat do we interact. But I'm seeing this stuff here, and it's actually really good. But James, yeah, to your point, take Japan out of the mix, even I guess for the Xbox One PS4 era. I don't know. Like, I know towards the end of the Xbox One, like Xbox bounced back incredibly. It was amazing. But I know there was some other things kind of like development for the Xbox One and stuff. But the Xbox Series X, here we are, a year later, and a year and a half.
They failed big time with the, you know, the what's it called? The exclusives. Xbox One and PlayStation 4 exclusives. PlayStation 4 dominate.
Easily. Yeah.
But, you know, even before the Series X and S were released, Microsoft started buying these studios, and now you're starting to see all of these exclusives in the works because they knew that's, you know, what let them down.
Right.
You know, God of War 4 was the game that made me buy the PS4.
Nice. Okay.
You know, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. And there were no exclusives to that quality and that degree on the Xbox One. You had the Master Chief Collection, which was really good, but that was just an amalgamation of pre-existing games. Halo 5 Guardians was a letdown.
Yep.
Gears of War 4 was a letdown. Gears of War 5 was good, but that was at the very end of its life cycle. And in all honesty, I can't think of any other exclusives off the top of my head.
So overall, if you want to classify me, like I have all the systems, I love them all, but I do like Xbox overall. I am an Xboxer guy. I identify with the brand, identify with the games itself. I just like even the Xbox heads, like Phil Spencer, Major Nelson, and Jeff Rubenstein, all of those amazing men who will reply to you and who are just basically champions for gaming overall. It almost wins my allegiance, and I love my Xbox. I really do. I love Xbox in general, and so but I do recognize that PlayStation has the clearly superior exclusives. I really do, and but like once you play your exclusive, which is usually single player, you're done, and that's that.
But if you think about the PS4, it had God of War.
Yep.
The Last of Us, which was incredible.
It was.
They even had, I don't know if you classify them as indie exclusives, but hidden gems like Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, which was incredible.
That was on Xbox as well, too.
It is now, but only because Microsoft bought the studio.
Oh, is that?
Okay. Exclusive. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there are loads of others. I mean, I love the Wipeout series. I'm not a racing gamer in general, but Wipeout, which is a really good series, PlayStation exclusive.
Sorry, when you say Wipeout, I'm just thinking, bring on the big red balls!
Yes! I'm thinking the show too, Lightsy. That's amazing. That's
a racing
so
game with hovering cars called Wipeout, and it's like a futuristic. And that was, you know, that was back on the PS1 days. And,
really?
And they've released sequels PS2, 3, and 4.
I'm not familiar with that whatsoever.
Yeah, but that's the point. There are so many exclusives. And you don't get that on Xbox. And if you do, they're generally terrible.
Yeah.
Well, they were. The ones that are starting to come out now or that are in development, You know, even Bethesda are working on things like Starfield.
Yes, I
We
can't
don't know
wait.
if that's going to be an exclusive or not.
Oh yeah, they said Starfield's going to be an exclusive.
It will be.
That's
Okay.
confirmed. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I'm really excited. They're letting out little teasers. They're talking big about it, and it's going to be apparently mind blowing. I love Bethesda. I'm excited. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, this is going to be good. Good. All right, keep going, guys. Keep going.
Yeah. Spider-Man games.
Oh.
I think when Spider-Man came out in 2017 or 18 on the PS4, that was a system seller.
Yep.
You know, and in comparison, Microsoft released Forza, which, you know, is okay. Yeah, racing game again, great.
So Forza
Forza Horizon is so much better than Forza Motorsport.
Motorsport is terrible.
Yeah, but I'm talking.
Who just wants to run around in a track like 100 times? Like
Gaz
I like
does
the
on
scenery.
F1. Ooh. Yeah.
The whole point of driving is to see the scenery, you know? Like
I just want Gaz, you need to get in here, dudes. Gaz just said Spider-Man games, meh. That is mind-blowing. The Spider-Man games are incredible. They're so good.
So, you know, but you go back to the 360 and the PS3 days.
Yep.
When the exclusives come out, you know, Gears of War was a new franchise on the 360. It was a system seller.
Yes.
Halo. Do you remember back when there used to be midnight launches of games? You know?
Yeah.
Skyrim. I was there for that.
I was there for Halo. Halo 3 was queued up for blocks. You know, and that was a system seller. It was incredible.
Yep.
And there are so many other, you know, incredible games. But, you know, Microsoft fell apart in the Xbox One era. But, you know, and even with the Red Ring of Death, it didn't hurt sales.
Right.
Xbox 360s flew off the shelves.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I'll tell you, I sold a stack of Xbox 360s there last year. And when I say a stack, I had 6 Xbox 360s just sitting downstairs in the basement. I'm like, well, let's see if someone will take them. And bam, some people were like, yeah, give them to me. And they were so... Yeah, no worries. The Red Ring of Death, he's right, though, that was true. The Red Ring of Death was crazy. And yet we still bought them all the time. Lightsy, did you have a 360 and did it go to the Red Rings of Death?
No, I didn't have a 360. I honestly, my first console was a GameCube. No, I got a Wii before the GameCube.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, how come? Did you just...
The Wii was like my first console, and I got that mainly for what was it? Super Mario Bros. World.
Okay. Lightsy was saying she got a Wii before she even had the GameCube. Like the Wii was her first console.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wii World. This one.
Fun game.
Yeah. So I had that and Hell's Kitchen. Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
The Wii had a bunch of what's the term for it? Just junkware or something like that, or
random games.
Yeah, it was just wild. That's so funny. All right, so yeah, that's the main topic for me, I guess, is just I don't know how it overall. I guess I'm totally cool with ads being in game as long as it doesn't take away from the game. I don't want to fire up a game I've spent with my taxes $92 and have to watch an ad first in order to play it, or an ad during a cutscene or something like that. It's just, I don't want that.
Yeah, it's
if they made. Sorry, James, go ahead.
No, you carry on, Lexi.
I was just gonna say, if they made GTA free, and like with all the billboards that are in that game, like I could see them doing ads like that in that game, or like within the casino.
Sure.
And you watch however long of an ad, and you get like an acceptable amount of currency back from it. Like I could see that happening, but like with like a battle royale, no.
I think that was one of the things, wasn't it? Was I think what I read was one of the ways to encourage. What is going on? I'm so sorry. I clicked on something here. It was a way to encourage. Now I've messed up everything. There we are. There was a way to encourage players to actually watch the ads as well to get, like you were saying, some V-Bucks or a cut of something. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm honestly surprised we don't kind of have that already. I always thought it would make sense to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cut the cost for cosmetics and stuff and have ads playing in the game and you get money that way. I don't know. James, overall, though, would it bug you?
I look to the future, you know. If you'd have said 10 years ago, okay, they're thinking about, you know, bringing this thing called a loot box into a game where you buy it. Seeing how that's gone from where it started, you know, where could having adverts lead?
So,
you know, if you've got a single player game and you're forced to watch, say, 2 minutes worth of adverts before the next mission starts,
right,
it could turn out like that, you know?
oh my gosh, don't
does it
even.
end?
That would be
No, but
terrible.
seriously, think about it.
Yeah, that would be terrible. So, where did it start with the loot boxes then? It had to have been Overwatch, wasn't it? And then EA just corrupted the loot boxes?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Overwatch where that started. Because that brought the element of gambling into it.
Yes.
That's when
Yeah.
government got involved because, you know, it's like child gambling. What can I get from these boxes? Whereas microtransactions in a store, which started in the Xbox 360 and PS3 days,
Yeah.
you know, were, you know, purely cosmetic. And there have been free games with stores where I've you know, purchased things in the store because I thought I'd really enjoyed the game. I paid nothing for it. I'll give the dev something, you know, because that skin looks cool or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, but it's where does it stop?
So remember CS:GO, and CS:GO I think still has this. Like those top guys actually started kind of a gambling ring within CS:GO, and they were actually charged and all of that stuff, if I remember correctly. But yeah, for Overwatch, I loved the loot boxes. I'll admit, it's just I could spend tons of money just trying to get a cool skin or something stupid like that. But I loved it. And even with when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, I remember purchasing a bunch of the loot boxes because they corrupted it to a point of paying to win for sure. And they got their butts kicked for that, and they lost loyal Star Wars fans.
Money.
Yeah,
That's what destroyed my love because
right.
I loved the original Star Wars Battlefront 2
Yep.
from 2005 on the original Xbox. God, I loved it. I spent so many hours on that.
Oh yeah, me and
when I heard, yeah, and then I heard that they were doing a remake. I paid £70, well, it was about £80, which would have been like 160 for you.
yeah, almost.
Premium, yeah, for the premium edition of Battlefront 2. And, you know, in the first game where I was this little stormtrooper going against someone who'd paid for Darth Vader. You know, the game had been out for a day, so nobody had grinded to get Darth Vader. They bought it.
Yeah.
God knows what they spent. And it did ruin it for me, and I've not been back to it since. Even with the fixes, you know, I can't go back to it because of that. It's ruined it for me.
I see what you're saying. I fully understand. And now I won't make you play it with me someday. But no, I fully understand. And that was... I'm pretty sure I unlocked Vader through a purchase as well. I'm not 100% sure, though. I know I unlocked a character, like a hero or a villain or whatever, but I didn't exploit it to the point where I'm just going to grind this person out, and because I didn't care to play heroes versus villains, and that was really the best way to level up your main heroes or villains. I just like playing the normal battle, huge warfare battle modes, and so when I got to use a character, great, and if I didn't, oh well, I'm still having fun battling out. But you're right, going against some of those characters early on when they're already maxed out after like a week of the game being out was crazy. It was crazy. Oh, I love it. Lightsy, did you ever play Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No.
Did you play any of them?
No.
All right, no.
Did you ever have a game ruined by pay to win?
Pay to win. It's ridiculous. Overwatch wasn't pay to win though, right? Like overall, it was just like a crap load of.
Pokemon Unite.
Oh,
Was that pay to win?
that was pay to win, and I didn't truly grasp the pay to win aspect until somebody pointed me to Beat 'em Up's video, and so he did this full, like, I think it was like a 20-minute video breakdown of how Pokemon Unite is now a pay to win game, and it was already a pay to win game, and I was having lots of fun. But if you don't have the money to invest thousands of dollars to level up your people, and you're just getting owned out there, it's no point of playing the game. There's no point at all. And I can't stand. I don't know if I live close to an airport, so I don't know if you can hear it. Hopefully you can. But
No.
all right, good.
Well, even back in the 360 days, if anyone played Dead Space 3,
Okay.
I love Dead Space 1, I love Dead Space 2. They're remaking Dead Space, and I
Right.
can't wait for it. But Dead Space 3 was the first game where they had an in-game shop. And you had to face these things called necromorphs, I think. And they were really tough to kill. You had to shoot the limbs off.
Right.
So you can use this little crappy gun that you can't really find ammo for, which I think is intentional. Or you could go into the in-game shop and buy a gun, a really good gun. You know, and that put a lot of people off it. And that was an EA special as well. And, you know, imagine the next Sims where you're going to get half a game and, EA could have a lot of the, things for your house, these fancy things hidden behind actual paywalls. There's so many things that could be coming out.
Yeah, Lightsy enjoys The Sims too, and you still buy all the DLC that comes out, right?
Yeah.
But you're satisfied with the main game.
The last pack that they released, like there's so many bugs in it. Like, it's supposed to be a wedding pack, and like the weddings don't even run smoothly. Like, you're finishing the wedding and then all the guests are showing up.
Oh my gosh.
Like yeah.
So Hella, I don't know if Unstoppable Hella's still here. That's her main game and she streams at The Sims all the time. So I'll have to ask her about the whole wedding. Oh, she is here.
Yeah, we were talking about that in chat a bit earlier.
Oh, where he is? Okay, I did tag you in her conversation with the Sims as well. So, oh my gosh. So I wonder if she had those same issues. Yes, I do. The wedding pack is nasty.
SimCity?
What's that?
Do you ever play SimCity?
I did. Now, what are we talking SimCity? Like SNES or old school PC?
I'm all of the above. I
Right.
played the original SimCity 2000, I think, back on the old PlayStation 1. And I played the final one, which was a disaster, which was SimCity 5,
Right.
which was an EA special. You had to have an account on Origin to play it. It was a
Yes.
disaster. The water table didn't replenish, so, when your city ran out of water, that's it, your city was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've just... If they released the next Sims 5, would you be able to tell if they've released half a game and hidden the rest behind paid DLC? That's more of a question for Lightsy.
Yes.
I mean, of course they're gonna do that because that's why they have the expansions, right? Like,
Yeah, but you go back to The Sims 1, where they had all the expansions, but The Sims 1 on its own was a standalone game. You had hundreds of items for walls and wallpaper and people customization.
Same as Sim 4.
Yeah, but if they release Sims 5, would you be able to tell if they've cut back a load of the items that you have and put them in the DLC? Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, they have to have items for base game or else we wouldn't be able to play.
Yeah, but if they cut back what they had previously in the base game and put them in the DLC.
I mean, it's hard to say because even now with Sims 4, they're still adding in free base game updates and giving us items along with, packs, and they're revamping packs, taking some things out of packs and putting it in base game and such, like, to just, like, for a new game to be able to tell if they're doing that, like, it's a new game, you know? Like, they don't have just a set number of items for the base game, you know? Like, I can't just go in and play it and say, oh, they only have 30 items here for building when
that's what I was
Sims
trying to
4
get
had
at.
like 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if just what I was trying to get at was companies, selling half a game and hiding the rest behind either loot boxes or, DLC or, microtransactions.
but I mean that's kind of what Sims is to begin with. Like, each expansion pack is a different add-on for the game. Like with Get to Work, you're being able to actually play some of the jobs that you go to instead of just having your sim disappear into the void for hours. With seasons,
Yeah.
it adds in the weather, the different weather, and being able to do like Christmas and Valentine's Day events. Pets adds in pets. Without cats and dogs, you don't have the pets. So
Yeah, fair enough. I suppose that leads on to the live service thing. Do you guys think live service in games is a good idea, or do you think it's awful?
Oh, I think they've already proven the live service games are terrible. Like that Marvel game that's going on that came to Game Pass a little while ago. Like, that is boring as all get out. Plus, all of the cosmetics, insanely expensive. Like, next level expensive. It's even worse than what Fortnite is with all of their cosmetic stuff. What other games for services are? There's Anthem, I think, that terrible game.
Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite. That's a live service game?
Yep, and it's been released for 6 months, I think even longer. And the only updates it's had are new items to the store. What a surprise!
Yeah, that's terrible. What Destiny 1, Destiny 2, well, 1 and 2. I would assume that is that would be considered a live service. Yeah, just crazy live service. We should talk about live service games here soon. But yeah, that Marvel game I think is the biggest one that's just a huge letdown. Some people do like it overall, I kind of enjoyed it for a little bit, and then I just died right off. That was it.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves released. It was great for a week, and then it was just boring as all get out. But they've revamped that game so much that I think it's relevant again, and you could keep playing it. Probably not like every day or anything like that, but you could still do it. Like Fortnite was different. That's just more battle royale and all that stuff. But yeah, we're still getting free updates in Sea of Thieves, so that's all kind of cool. Good stuff. All right, is there anything else, guys? That was it. 10:44. I told Steph before we started, it's like there's only going to be me and Mark, I think. I said we're going to be pretty quick here.
I've just noticed Lightsy's ears light up.
Every time we talk.
Just now? Yeah.
So if I talk, bum, 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 and then you talk,
Bum, 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 bum. Hey!
it goes along. It's so funny. And I've been staring at it all since she's joined up there. So it goes along with the beat of my voice, and each syllable, it lights and shines. So that's funny. Just Lightsy. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right. Is there anything else, guys? Or is this it?
No, that's all from me. I'm looking forward to the Quarry. I keep seeing more things pop up for that, and it looks so good.
I'm not watching anything, James.
Trivia today.
Oh, there's no trivia. Yeah, Lee pinned us out. He's got to spend time with Mumsy. Oh. It's all good. No trivia, but James, thank you so much for joining us today, man. Honestly, it was me and Mark, and then Mark said he's only here for 38 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. Well, it looks like it's going to be me. And I have no issues talking. I could do a radio show by myself. It's all good.
Here's some trivia for you.
Okay.
What was the name of the mascot that Nintendo used to advertise the Nintendo, the original NES?
Was
You're gonna give us options, right? You got to give us options.
Oh, okay. Would it be Jumpman, which was Mario?
right?
Would it be Donkey Kong? Or would it be Rob the Robot?
Oh, out of those three, I'm saying Robbie the Robot.
I
Lightsy?
don't even know who Robbie the Robot is.
Oh my gosh! Okay, we talked about Robbie the Robot last week, but that was instantly what came to my mind was Robbie the Robot, just because I've always wanted just to have that just for nostalgia purposes. Like I never owned it as a kid, and I just thought I was like, oh cool, look at this Robbie the Robot. So I don't know if that's the answer, but that's what I'm going with.
Lightsy?
I mean, I'd have to go with Mario, I guess.
Jump man, jump man.
Robbie the Robot.
Robbie the Robot.
He was a mascot. He was a little robot that, if you've ever seen the film Short Circuit, he looked a bit like Number 5. Another question. Robbie the Robot only had 3 games that were compatible with him. Which one of these is not one of these 3 games?
Oh no! All right.
Or should I say, which one of these is one of the 3 games?
Oh, okay.
Is it Robbie's Adventure, Stack Up, or Tetris?
One that is or isn't?
One that is.
One that is. I'm
Which
going.
one is compatible?
The first one sounds like it's right, but I'm going to say Stack Up.
Lightsy?
Stack Up 2.
Correct.
All right, yeah. There,
Yeah,
Gas just said Johnny 5. Johnny 5 is alive from Short
Yeah,
Circuit.
there was Stack Up, Gyromite.
Yes, Gyro, exactly.
Yeah, there was
I
another
thought Gaz
one.
said he was loaded up to join us. Where is he?
I don't know. You just can't depend on a British folk, right?
You bitch, Gaz.
Oh, snap! And if I look at Lightsy, she's pointing at me and saying it. So everybody that looked at Lightsy right now, she just called you guys a B word. I'm so sorry. All right. Anything else? I can't believe you called Gaz that. That's so funny. I'm Brit. You can depend on me. Hella, I'm just teasing. It is a Canada-British thing on my channel, to be honest. And once you hang around a little more, for sure, eh? Once you hang around a little more, you'll start getting that ultimate teasing from me as well. Missy, good to have you back. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. That's the thing. My channel's followed, I think, the majority of British folk. The majority of the British folk hang out with me, and Pakistani. Only one Pakistani person, Missy, and that's just you. All right, guys. James, again, thank you so much. If you'd be willing to join us another time, that would be so awesome. We would love to have you. OMG Paul, the movie, though. What? Oh, which one? Short Circuit? I didn't forget you, Missy. I just said there's what the heck is your cat friggin' doing?
She's trying to get her tail.
I guess she's gonna rip your face apart too. All right, Lightsy, where can they find you on all your socials?
You can find me on. Did you just fart?
Okay.
Thank
No, I
you.
think that was you, Lightsy.
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok at Just Lightsy, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. No, Facebook is Just Lightsy too. Instagram and Twitter is Logan Ainsley.
All right. I think you should change all your socials to that one one item. Just Lightsy. James, if you want them to, where can they follow you at? We'll give a shout out to Mooney's channel because you're always at Mooney's channel, Mooney's Legacy. Follow her on Twitch. But where else? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, just Instagram. I followed Lightsy just to send cat videos.
Of course, no shame in that.
Oh, and there's Giggity Gaz.
I can't believe you caught me that lightly.
All right, you were...
So,
Now, if you're not familiar with Gaz has a very big potty mouth, and he's probably going to swear up a storm yelling at Lightsy. So I'll keep this going just for record, but you can... He legit has 17 microphones right in his face right now. So
I got that one,
yes, you do.
and I got that one.
Yes.
You look like the robots are coming.
He looks like he's doing like a not a newscast.
Yeah, live action broadcast right now.
No. Ow. ouch. What's it called?
When they got the reports.
Press conference.
Yeah.
Press conference.
Oh yeah, with all the mics in his face. We are here live.
Yeah.
With Gaz. A to Z of mics. I love it. The ending is so crazy here. Every time we do this podcast, the ending is so nuts. Gaz, where can they find you on all your wonderful socials?
You can get me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and new merch.
And new merch.
Merch just dropped today.
What, from where though? Where can we find your new merch?
upyourgame.com/A to Z of gaming.
Up your game?
Yeah.
That almost sounds bad. Up your game / A to Z.
Yeah, of gaming. It's on my Discord as well.
.com. Hold on here. So, it's upyourgame.com? It has to be .com.
Yeah, .com.
/ A to Z of gaming. That's what it would
Yeah.
have to be. Let me just see here. And
Gaz,
page
what's
not
the
found.
oldest console you have, out of curiosity?
Dang it,
Also,
sorry.
guys, remember how
oldest
last week
console.
when I said that your TikTok was ATZ?
Yeah.
Oh, it does say ATZ.
Oh, okay.
ATZ. If you-
Okay.
It's gonna focus.
All right, James asked you what's your oldest console you have, Gaz.
My oldest console is the NES, the original NES that I had.
Does nobody own anything pre the video game crash? The Atari 2600 or a Commodore 64?
Dana does. Dana, he
Does he?
talked about it last week. And he's got, I think he said he still has an Intellivision or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Can we
Kevin
follow
still
James?
has his Intellivision on his
Really?
coffee table.
So Missy is really, really militant about joining your Instagram, James. She's wondering if she can follow you on Insta, or is that just for friends and a girlfriend?
Yeah, she can follow me on Insta if she wants. I rarely ever post anything though.
There you go, Missy. I'll tell you now,
This
she
keeps coming
lives
up in
on
my
Instagram.
People friends recommended on Facebook.
See you later, Hella.
It was funny because one time there was James and Mooney right below him.
Oh, nice. There we go. Mooney sent me a TikTok, and I said, "Did you send that to James?" And she said, "Yes." I don't know if she posted it to her channel though, but it was funny. It's like, yeah, I won't say what it is because it was actually really funny. But
That's hilarious.
I gotta
TikToks
see if
that I
she,
see all the time.
oh, TikTok's great.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok.
Missy does not send funny vids. I'm just saying.
This one's hilarious.
What is this? A TikTok? I can't hear anything.
You can't hear it.
No, the sound cut
Oh.
out. No, Casino, it's actually. So, oh my gosh, I heard that one. But your microphone cuts it out. So that one there is a little girl calling Gaz what Lightsy just called Gaz. So, if you're beeping, you know it. Clap your hands.
If you're happy and you know it, say you're a bitch. I'm a bitch.
It's one of those turn around and scold the child moments. But this dad's just like,
No,
"Say
it
what you
actually
want."
says on it, my kids are allowed to curse with rules, and this gem just happened.
Oh my gosh. Gaz, were you allowed to swear up a storm when you were a kid? Microphone's muted, my man.
You're muted.
Both of them are muted.
Oh my gosh, guys.
2 microphones and he's muted both of them.
That is a clip, and that is a forever clip. 2 microphones, 1 probably in the headset, so 3 mics. Doesn't
Which one's working? Is it this one or that one?
that one there?
I
that
think
you're
it's that
holding
one.
No,
No,
the other
no,
one.
no,
The other one.
the other one. The other
That
one.
one.
That one.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the
that
other
one.
Get
Not
rid
the
of
other
that
one.
one.
I was watching him switch microphones back and forth.
Which one? Oh. What was we talking about?
Oh my. No,
Um,
were you allowed to swear as a child?
Oh, no.
No. James?
No, not really.
No, not at all.
Lightsy, were you?
No.
No, I wasn't either. And
I
so
think if I did swear around the back of the neck.
oh, I've got tons of whippings. Spankings, soap in my mouth. the spoon, spatulas, belts, hand.
Wood
I
spoon, yep.
got it all.
So,
Oh, life was great. It was fun. All right. Gaz, we're sure about your socials, right?
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, I could just sit here and chat with you guys, to be honest. But everybody's probably like, when are they done? Come on. All right. So, Gaz, I hope everything's all right. Glad you joined at the end. Anybody could, like all you guys that usually...
I went out for something to eat. That's what it was. Went out for some
Gas.
by the river.
You know, every Sunday is the
I know.
podcast time at the same
Sorry.
time. And I was going to say this to Lee last night, too. You have all day that you can plan everything around the podcast, but you decide to make your plans during the podcast time.
It was Mom's fault.
And with all honesty,
You tell
everybody...
her, Mom, I got the podcast. You know this. You've been doing this for how long now?
Grim, you're in
Don't
for
know.
so much trouble, dude. She's going to keep you in line.
Next week.
For me, I'm just like, all right, guys, have a great day. See us next week. Lightsy's like, you know what? Roar. That's amazing. Well, did you have a good dinner, though, my man?
Yes, it was nice. Spicy chicken burger and chips.
And fries.
Mm.
Spicy chicken
Chips.
burger from where?
Chips.
Fries. From where?
Chips.
Fries.
Chips.
Fries. No, from where? From where? From where?
Oh, from the chip shop.
The chip shop.
the chip shop. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
chip shop.
Okay, is it called the chip shop?
I never saw
No.
any chip shops.
It's just
They
what
call
they're
it.
called.
They call them chip shop.
That's
Yeah.
called a corner store. You just go and grab a bag
No,
of chips.
no.
Open
Like
them.
a chip shop, a
They don't do
takeaway.
the American rubbish.
What was your
Canadian.
what was your chicken
Canadian.
place called? Not KFC, but the other one.
McDonald's.
No, it's a chicken
King?
place. No,
Maryland,
what was it?
Maryland.
No,
Chicken place.
no.
Chip shop.
I'm gonna have to look at the map of where I
Sure.
stayed.
This is what-
It was
Let's
like
go to the chip shop, kids. No,
We call them chippies.
chippies.
Yeah, or chippies. Yeah.
Yeah. We say, right, Mumsy, you want anything from Chippy?
That's amazing.
That's a
Two-
legit
Two
thing.
Brits, two Canadians talking about this stuff. This is perfect.
Yeah, we used to have Friday night takeaway, and my mum would be like, right, I'm not cooking tonight, we're having Chippy.
Now,
And we'd
this-
go, we'd get
this
some
isn't
chips
where I've
wrapped in
been,
paper.
But yeah, look, the fish and chip shop.
Yeah, fish and chip.
I actually want fish and chips now. Now, it is when you have, it is
Chip shop.
legit fish and chips only when you're having fish and chips. Other than that, it's always fries. Missy Chippy, that's kind of cute.
Do you have, when you go for
no.
fish and chips, you get it wrapped in paper?
Yes.
Do you remember when it used to be wrapped in newspaper?
I
That
do,
was-
but I had to stop that for fear of ink.
So
Yeah.
for us,
Yummy.
there was a restaurant called Dixie Lee, and it had the
Oh,
whole
chicken
news.
cottage.
Chicken Cottage. Okay.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
What?
I've heard of Chicken Cottage. We have one of them in Peterborough.
Cheesy fries.
It was like literally
cheesy
right
chips.
next door to where
Cheesy
I stayed in
fries.
London.
Cheesy chips, Paul.
Cheesy fries. It's cheesy fries. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, you're an educated guy. You know darn well it's cheesy chips.
Fries
I'd roll
is what
off
you
the
have
tongue
at
better than
McDonald's.
cheesy fries.
I'm telling you.
Cheesy fries? No, cheesy chips.
So, Gaz, I told Steph last week, I said, our goal for our 25th wedding anniversary, which is the end of next May, is to go to the UK. And so
Right.
I will go to the UK. That is my plan. And I am ordering French fries. I'm going to have fries, and they will serve me fries, and I will
In McDonald's, they will.
emit
going
so
to
much Canadianness in the UK. It's y'all gonna change. And see, that was my salty but
No.
cute. Y'all gonna change. Salty. Yeah, that is the plan. That is the
They'll
plan.
cut you off to the loony bin, you know.
I'll give them a
No,
loony because we have loonies.
When I
That's
I
fine.
just see Dana saying you don't have cheesy chips. But when I was in Bristol, someone did have poutine.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, but was it good? Was it Canadian good?
I don't know. I didn't order it. I ordered the potato skins.
I would have ordered the
But-
poutine for sure.
well, it wasn't on the menu, right? So I
Yeah.
didn't know that they actually had it. There was just somebody sitting in one of the booths eating it out of like a pizza box.
Yep. Wow.
Not like an actual like fry container or anything, but like an actual pizza box. They were eating poutine out of a pizza box.
That's
Whoa.
amazing.
Last time I was in a restaurant before lockdown, the waitress said, "Are you ready to order?" I said, "Can you tell me about the menu, please?" And she said, "The menu, please, are none of your business."
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
That's gonna be clipped.
David just said
That's
we have
clipped
chips,
for us.
cheese, and gravy. So I would never put cheese and gravy on potato chips whatsoever, but on French fries and cheese and gravy is definitely a poutine.
I wouldn't have cheese with gravy. It's one or the other.
You wouldn't?
Either have cheesy chips or chips with gravy on. Both are nice. Chips and curry sauce is very nice as well.
You're missing out. Our gravy is different too. Oh no, you need that delicious brown, wonderful, hot cheese melting gravy.
Onion gravy? Yeah or nay? Onion gravy.
I don't know. I would eat it. As long as it's gravy. I don't know. I'd eat it. Like we got mushroom gravy, we've got beef gravy, of course, chicken gravy, turkey gravy, all that stuff. This is Canada, yeah.
Toby Carvery gravy. Gaz, have you ever had a Toby Carvery meal?
Yes.
What's
What
that?
do you
I've
think?
never had gravy. I don't like gravy.
That's like going to McDonald's and getting the apple bag. No. You got to have gravy.
No, it's horrible. Especially when you leave it in the jug for a bit and it goes all skinny on the top.
Then why are you leaving it in the jug? You're meant to be pouring it on your chips.
What? I don't have it.
This podcast has totally slipped into like the wrong dimension right now.
Well, you start by stirring the pot, and we have a choice of either sitting here and taking abuse or responding.
I don't know what you're talking about, James. This is all unfortunate. I can't believe it.
Well, you're like
James
"Oh,
card
you
now."
know, right."
I'm gonna make a James card now.
Yeah. All right. I just want to point out I've got 0 viewers right now on YouTube. And I'm streaming right now to YouTube. I do it once a week. And everybody's gone from YouTube. And I'm almost wondering if I should just stick to Twitch even for the podcast and then port the VOD over, which is
What
sad.
about me? I do YouTube.
Yeah, but you were on Twitch today.
Yeah, you were
Well, I'm
talking.
just going on YouTube now. There we go.
Thank you, guys.
That doesn't even make sense. I'm on YouTube. Clicks onto YouTube.
You British
Yeah,
folk
what
are
do you
crazy.
I'd rather have YouTube anyway. It's better.
What?
Twitch.
It's so good you're not on it at the minute.
I'm on YouTube now. I'm on it now. I'm still on Twitch though.
Lightsy, I can see you seething. What was?
Even Dana said, now if you want something on fries, you can add one thing. It's chili. Chili and cheese fries, jam. It's so good.
No, he means chips, yeah.
No. And then you add a bunch of like cheese and then hot sauce on there too. Oh my gosh, I need to go eat something delicious.
My
What's
ears
the
have
result?
stopped lighting up.
What's this?
Sorry, Lightsy.
My ears have stopped lighting up.
Yes, testing. Yeah, they have too. Uh-oh.
Ever since Gaz joined.
Yeah.
Using all his microphones that weren't working. All right, let's get out of here, kids. Let's get out of here. This was actually super fun. Again, James, thank you. Gaz, you did promote your stuff, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. And
Yes.
I'll take a look at your merch, my man. We'll take a look. And all you amazing people that hung out in the chat. The chat was off the hook today. It was so awesome. And you guys made this tons of fun. Thank you for all the input. Thank you for all the good stuff. Now, like I said, if you guys are bored, go watch yesterday's VOD. It is up on YouTube as well. It is some of the most craziest stuff that was said and done. Or just go to the Pharaoh clips on Discord, and there's some interesting clips. I just want to say hashtag prison panties, and then we'll just leave it at that, all right? It's so good. All right, let's go. Next week, I'm not sure what we're talking about, but we're going to be here next Sunday. This is day 141 or 42 for me, every day streaming, so I just stopped putting the number in now, and just it's path to partner. I'm going to try to get partner on Twitch by the end of the year. That's the goal. We're going to do it. So here we go. Thank you, guys. So as for Lightsy, as for Gaz, and as for Jam Master James, my name is Paul, and you guys take care. Alrighty.
See you guys. Love all you beautiful people.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't say that on Sundays or on the podcast. I usually don't anyways. I usually just save that for normal streams. But when we do raids on Twitch, it's hard to do the whole ending. Oh, blaze it up, Lightsy. There it goes. She was rolling that big fatty during the during the podcast.
How craving that have you been throughout this podcast?
It's so funny.
That's why she was sweating.
It's the most sober I've been during a podcast all year.
It is. She's usually blazing it up. We chat like a half an hour usually before, 45 minutes before the podcast. And then Lightsy's usually firing one of those mothers right up.
Up your game merch.
What's that?
Is upyourgamemerch.co.uk/A to Z gaming.
.co.uk, of course, not .com.
.co.uk.
Because you're
the English website.
Hold on. Palsy can have mine, wink? Oh, prison pain. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was like, what? Have what? And then bam. Oh my gosh.
No one mentioned that I had a different view in the background.
I noticed your different view. I just didn't want to say, I guess.
You have a box?
It's the messy living room behind me.
Yes. Yes, I just didn't bring it up. I'm sorry. We got boxes on there with a bunch of stuff in the boxes.
That's Ari's box.
All right, there's stuff on the floor in the corner.
That's my box from the new monitor, the box from the TV from the other monitor. That's my suitcase that I still haven't fully unpacked from when I came home from the UK 3 years ago. 2 years ago?
That's so amazing.
That's my space heater. That's the table with the laptop on it.
That's funny. Oh
that's the table that I do my painting on with all the junk on it.
I was gonna clear the table, then I got high.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I think that's everything where Lightsy was gonna do. You know what? I was gonna do this, but I just got high. It's so good. I honestly, I love doing this. I really could do a podcast every day. I love hanging out, guys. This is truly tons of fun. I do love it. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, James, thank you for jumping in last second, man. I really appreciate that.
No, that's cool. I had some free time, so I thought, I'll jump in.
Yeah, and then Lightsy, thank you for joining. I know you weren't feeling the greatest today. And Gaz, I know you were filling your belly, and here you are. Get in my belly.
In my belly.
Get in my belly. And so, yeah, thank you for joining after your chippies.
Who's joining us for the health challenge on Monday?
Challenge. Yeah, so health challenge today.
I'm having my last pizza today, and then I'm going to start the healthiness.
So we got Evil Blood joined. You got you. We've got Salty. We've got Kirby Lass. Galaxy
you can add
Wolf.
me in there.
Do you want to?
You can add me in there.
Lee, Ultimate Hater, Vamp, and Blue Dahlia as well. So, Lightsy, I will add you. And so I posted some goals. I need some challenges from you guys, though. I want some of the challenges stuff. And so
one burger a week.
No. I'm breaking free, dude. Gaz, I am too old to, like Lee had suggested to do it slowly. I'm legit too old to do it slowly. I'm at the point now where it's like, Paul, you have to do this now or else, basically, as consequences. I don't share health stuff with anybody. I try to keep that all personal. Everything else, I'm all amazing as always, but I refuse to share health stuff. And but I know I have to. It has to happen now. It really does.
I did lose 4 stone, but then when the pandemic started, I was like pizzas, chips, burgers.
Yeah, that was bad for me as well.
And me, I lost like 50, 60 pounds during the pandemic. It was wonderful.
Come in.
Like, oh, is that Mumsy?
Yeah, it's Mumsy. Come in.
Hey! James's mom. This is great.
He's not gonna come.
Where are you?
How old
You know
are you?
what? When
Well,
I
come on,
when
I
I
have a
first came
call.
onto the stream, I saw James and I
Well,
thought,
you
hang
can
on, that's
come
not
up.
Caleb. I thought Caleb's changed a hell of a lot.
Who? Caleb?
Caleb. I thought he was Caleb then, and I thought, hang on, something different about Caleb. Because I've never seen
Caleb.
James before,
Okay.
and I thought Caleb just looked really different.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, Caleb? You're saying Caleb?
Oh,
Caleb. No, Caleb. Is it Caleb or Caleb? I don't
Caleb.
know.
it's Caleb.
Caleb.
Where is Caleb? I wish Caleb heard this right now. I'm going to call him Caleb from now on. Yes, thank you.
The last few times we raided you guys, you kept calling me Semi.
Oh, was that you? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, man, that's funny. Caleb. I got to remember that. This is insane. All right, let's see. All right, so this is really good. Now, I just want to say, those are doing the health thing. It's going to be the first season, we'll call it, is going till the end of May. So we'll just do short goals like that, and then once we'll reevaluate when we get to the end of the first goal. And the biggest challenge mainly will probably be the end of the year. And get through winter. But I don't know, Lightsy and I have hard winters, and it's just better to stay in the house and not do anything. You can't you can go for walks, but you're like in a snowsuit, and it sucks.
Well, Paul, you give up black gold, and I'll give up pizzas.
Oh no, James! If that's the challenge you want, I will do. I will definitely do that. Yeah, okay. Black gold it
I'm
is.
gonna have the last pizza in a minute, and I'm not getting any more.
Wow. I cooked a homemade pizza yesterday, and there's still a bunch left. So I had homemade pizza for breakfast today.
Okay, let's do it this way then. You have a choice of giving up and not touching until you hit a certain weight goal, because that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yep.
You can either have to give up black gold or bacon.
Okay. Black gold. How about I do both? I don't have a lot of bacon. Rarely ever. I
I
rarely
have
ever.
cowboy bacon in my freezer.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Cowboy
thick cut.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. So
Do you see this hair? It's gray.
that's all right. You're old, Lightsy. It's okay.
It's supposed to be purple.
I'm just teasing. Gaz, if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to, or if you want to wait until you're fully ready, it's up to you. For me, my goal for weight-wise anyways is to get down to where I was last April. I was down to 231, and physically...
What's that in stone?
What's in stone? Hold on, I don't know. 230... Whoops, I put 321. 231 pounds.
Missy has just put it in the chat, by the way.
What did she put?
Caleb versus Caleb.
Yes, I know. That's 16.5 stones.
Would you believe that you and me weigh the same, Paul?
Like right now?
Or
Or then?
I'm about 16 and a half stone, which is what you were.
Yeah.
So what are we now then?
I have no clue. I'll do it tomorrow morning. I'm like 265, 270. That's where I think I am. And so if I do, let's just say, let's throw 270 out there. That's 19.3 stones. Yeah. My highest is, if I do this, my highest weight was 23.9 stones. That was my highest. 23.
You're nowhere near that now.
No. But I'm gonna kill it. I'm telling you this right now. I'm gonna work it. Work it, and I just need that accountability. And as everyone else is doing it too, this is gonna be fun and overall great. Like we've got people who they don't need to lose weight. They just want to set a goal to exercise 4 days a week, which is cool. Or they want to just change their eating habits and stuff. And I think that's fantastic. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm going to weigh myself in the morning, try, and then put it on Discord.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to...
I'll do it.
There's no point half doing it, so I'm going to do it properly.
I'll post it. So I have in the health challenge, I have our chat, the starting picks. If you want, you don't have to. I have the goals, the health food share, and then open up is the sign up. And so, all right, Grimmy said he'll join. All right, cool. And Missy said she'll join too, so this is good. And we'll work it, and we'll have a good time. And yeah, I'm just telling you, like, you guys are still young, which is awesome. And Gaz,
Wow.
you said you're 40, right?
40.
So give yourself a couple more years, and things will deteriorate way more. Like, I'll tell you right now, it wasn't until the beginning of last year that I had to start medication. And it's because I'm just fat and lazy. And
Nobody wants to die of BTs.
oh no, but this is that was the very first time in all my life I had to start taking medication. And I hate it, and I dislike it thoroughly, and so I need to just take care of business. And so yeah, I figured since I hang out with you guys every day, let's all start it together and kick. I'm still online.
Yeah, you're still streaming.
Yeah, I know I'm still streaming. I just haven't pressed stop. You can't see anything, of course. It's just music and all that stuff. And I don't know how much they can hear me. I gotta find friggin' Grim in here.
Height is halfway through that, and she already looks like 10 times more relaxed. Like,
She's chilled.
Oh, it's so funny. It's Grim.
My heaviest is probably right now, but I think I haven't weighed myself since before the pandemic when I was 165. But my highest was like 230-ish.
Grim said his heaviest was 315, and that was like 7-ish years ago, and he's now stayed around 240, which is great. Like, not great, but like you're not 315 anymore, so that's cool. It's so funny. All right, I gotta shut the stream off here. These guys are just hanging around chatting now. Thank you all so much. Have a great Sunday.
you need to get some proper glass shelves for all that stuff behind you, Paul.
Oh my god, yeah. So what I want to do is I want to go to IKEA and get the glass shelf cabinets, but they won't ship it to me because it's glass cabinet. I got to go visit Lightsy in order to get to IKEA. She lives really close to it, and it's the only one that's near me is in Nova Scotia.
Make sure everything's there. I bought a build your own star sign kit from IKEA, and there are a few Pisces missing. So yeah, make sure all the bits are there.
That's so
There you go.
And a picture of the bridge there.
PEI
Yeah.
bridge or oh no,
God,
yeah.
it's how old happened to get
Tower
close.
Bridge.
And then there,
Yep.
that is me and John Borrowman.
I don't know who